Our pregame thoughts, Padres and the D-backs. The Padres going for the series sweep. I'll do a live show later after the game. Luis Arraez, he is back in there, but he is at second base, which was interesting because I believe it was Dennis Lin in The Athletic that was saying that the Padres planned to kind of continue to ease Arraez into the lineup as the DH. But second game, boom, he's at second base. Obviously, he's leading off. He's going to be the leadoff hitter for this team. He was talking about that to the media after the game yesterday. Profar, I am totally okay with him hitting fifth, which is where he's at here today. Arraez, Tatis, Crony, Manny, Profar, Bogey, Merrill, Kim, and then Higgy. Obviously, day game after the night game, and then they don't even have an off day right before the series in Chicago. So obviously, it makes sense there to go with Higgy, and Waldron's on the mound. Like, we got to remember that. And with Waldron today, obviously continuing to attack the strike zone. Like, let's see how he can do, minimize the walks, the free passes. You don't want to do that to any team, obviously, but you don't want to do that here, especially when you have the opportunity to get the series sweep, right? Padres, they got swept by the Phillies. What was that, last weekend? Feels like forever ago with the things that have happened this week for the Padres, but you want to try to make up for that, right? And doing it against an NL West opponent, a team that could be contending for a playoff spot, when all things are said and done here, when we get into September. This is an important game here to sweep. Like 3 up instead of 1 up in a series, it makes a difference for sure. D-backs lineup: McCarthy, Marte, Smith, Walker, Peterson, Suarez, Carroll, Newman, and Barnhart. Again, like I said, I think to start this series, taking advantage of Carroll not playing well and the injuries that the D-backs have, they can sweep here. Again, like good teams, playoff teams, they take advantage when teams are down, when you're playing not a great team. You would have liked to win the Colorado series, but start to make up for it here by taking the entire series here against the D-backs. Pitching matchup: Waldron against Nelson. Waldron, I've liked for the most part how he's pitched, and the last 4 games, Padres starters ERA, I believe, is sub 2. So it's working. I love what we're seeing from this starting rotation. Obviously, attacking the zone: Musgrove, Darvish bouncing back. Darvish coming off the IL, Musgrove bouncing back. Cease bouncing back as well. King pitched well, 6 innings, I believe, last night. And we'll see what Waldron has in store. My underdog fantasy pick, I'm going to go with Luis Arraez. I feel like I'm going to be doing this a lot this year, but Luis Arraez higher, half a single, and then Corbin Carroll lower, half a run scored. He's at the bottom of the order, hasn't been doing amazing. So I'm going to have faith in the Padres pitching, the defense, to not allow Corbin Carroll to get on and then go score as well. But yeah, live show coming up after the game. Hopefully you come and be a part of that, or you listen on podcast platforms or watch on replay. But I appreciate the time. Quick pregame thoughts today. One other thing. So yesterday, Grant Pauly was sent down. Eggy Rosario, he was sent down. He's packing his locker, according to Kevin Acee. And Donovan Solano, Donnie Barrels, he is being called up, which makes sense. It's a veteran guy, someone that can be a DH. He can play infield spots. He can come off the bench. Would you rather have Donovan Solano or Eggy Rosario? Eggy, I don't think he was doing terrible, but I'd rather have Donnie Barrels. I'd rather have the vet, someone that is a good hitter. He's one of those. I was kind of surprised that he didn't get that big league deal and be a starter somewhere with the team this year, even if it's a non-contending team, and then they try to trade him to a contender before the deadline. But he's on a minor league deal, and they get him up here. He's one of those professional hitters. No one's on Luis Arraez's level in today's game in terms of like average, right, and just bat to ball. But there's a reason why one of his nicknames is Donnie Barrels. Remember that year that he had with the San Francisco Giants, and I remember him. It felt like he was torching the Padres. Maybe that's just because he had a couple big moments with the Giants, but it felt like he was torching the Padres. And he was with the Giants from 2019 to 2021, hit 330 in 2019, 326 in 2020, 280, which still isn't bad, in 2021. Cincinnati hit 284, 282 last year with the Twins, and he appeared in 134 games last year for the Twins. So again, like big league vet. This isn't someone that just goes up and down all the time. And so I think the Padres, they're fortunate to be able to have this guy as an option coming off the bench.